Hello students, hope you all are doing well and staying safe. So we are here with another session and today we will start a new chapter, The Prisoner. It's chapter number 2. Before starting it, let's have a little recap of the story which we have already studied in the last class. And before this, I really want you guys to read the chapter before listening to the explanation. Just go through the chapter once. So, in the first chapter, the author was telling us about Gulliver's life, his family, his traveling experiences, how he was shipwrecked and reached Lilliput, then what happened next. In 1699, he set sail on a voyage on a ship known as Antelope that turned out to be his worst nightmare. They encountered a violent storm, the ship hits a rock and it gets split. He swims and reaches the shore. He was so tired so he fell asleep in the grass. The picture on this slide is of Gulliver's ship while being in a storm. Okay, now so we will be starting the second chapter now, and the second chapter, the first heading is tied to the ground. When he woke, the sun was shining, and he tried to rise, but not by any means could he stir hand or foot. He couldn't move his hand or foot. Gulliver had fallen asleep laying on his back, and now he found that his arms and legs were tightly fastened to the ground. Across his body were numbers of thin but strong cords, and even his hair, which was very long, was pegged down so securely that he could not turn his head. So Gulliver was tied down on the ground, and even his hair were tied down. All around, all round about him there was a confused sound of voices, but he could see nothing except the sky, and the sun shone so hot and fierce into his eyes that he could scarcely keep them open. Soon he felt something come gently up his left leg and forward on off his breast almost to his chin. Looking down as much as possible, he saw standing there a very little man, not more than 6 inches high, armed with a bow and arrows. So now the next heading is I try to get free. Okay. So he was tied down up till now, and there were many more small men began to swarm over him. Gulliver let out such a roar of wonder and fright that they all turned and ran. So Gulliver started to roar and he started to shout, and the small creatures they started to run away. This time, with a great struggle, Gulliver managed to break the cords that fastened his left arm, and at the same time, by a violent wrench that hurt him dreadfully, he slightly loosened the strings that fastened his hair, so that he was able to turn his head a little to one side, but the little men were too quick for him and got out of reach before he could catch any of them. Okay, the next heading is uh, the little people shoot arrows at him. Then he heard a great shooting followed by a shrill little voice that called sharply, Talbot Cornac. Immediately arrows like needles were shot into his hand and another volley struck him in the face. Poor Gulliver covered his face with his hand and lay groaning with pain. The little people started shooting arrows on him and he was in so much pain that he started groaning in pain. Again he struggled to get loose, but the harder he fought for freedom, the more the little men shot arrows into him, and some of them even tried to run their spears into his side. Spears are the sharp weapon type which can hurt anyone with really badly. When he found that the more he struggled, the more he was hurt, Uh, Gulliver lay still, thinking to himself that at night at least, now that his left hand was free, he could easily get rid of the rest of his bonds. As soon as the weaker people saw that he struggled no more, they ceased shooting at him, but he knew from the increasing sound of voices that more and more of the little soldiers were coming around him. Okay. The next heading is A Small Man Speaks to Me. Soon a few yards from him on the right he heard a continued sound of hammering, and on turning his head to that side, as far as the strings would let him, he saw that a small wooden stage was being built. Onto this, when it was finished, there climbed by ladders 4 men, and one of them, who seemed to be a very important person for a little spade boy, attended to hold up his frame. immediately gave an order. At once, about 50 of the soldiers ran forward and cut the strings that tied Gulliver's hair on the left side, so that he could turn his head easily to the right. Then the person began to make a long speech, not one word of which could Gulliver understand, because obviously they had different language and Gulliver used to understand a different language. But it seemed to him that sometimes the little man threatened and sometimes made offers of kindness. As well as he could, Gulliver made sign that he submitted. Okay, so as well as he could, Gulliver made signs that he submitted. Then, feeling by this time faint with hunger, he pointed with his fingers many times to his mouth to show that he wanted something to eat. They understood him very well. Several ladders were put against Gulliver's side, and about 100 little people climbed up and carried to his mouth all kinds of bread and meat. There were things shaped like legs and shoulders and saddles of mutton. Very good they were. Gulliver thought but very small, no bigger than a lark's wings, and the loaves of bread were about the size of bullets, so that he could take several at a mouthful. The people wondered greatly at the amount that he ate. When he signed that he was thirsty, they slung up to his body two of their biggest casks of wine, like barrels of wine they gave him, and having rolled them forward to his hand, they knocked out the heads of the cask. Cask is the barrel type thing. Gulliver drank them both off a draught, and asked for more, but they held only about a small each. But there was no more to be had. As the small people walked to and fro over his body, Gulliver was sorely tempted to seize 40 or 50 of them. They got really happy when Gulliver had their food, and they were dancing in happiness, and they were really happy. Okay. Soon after, another small man, who from his brilliant uniform seemed to be an officer of very high rank, marched with some others onto Gulliver's chest and held up to his eyes a paper which Gulliver understood to be an order from the king of the country. The officer made a long speech, often pointing towards something a long way off, and as Gulliver afterwards learned, told him that he was to be taken as a prisoner. So he was taken as a prisoner to the he had to be taken to the emperor. Gulliver asked by signs that his bond might be loosed. The officer shook his head and refused, but he allowed some of his soldiers to slag the cords on one side. Gulliver wanted to set himself free, but the officer didn't allow it, and but he did ask his soldiers to cut the ropes from one side. Okay, so I am attaching a link of the video in the description below. Please do watch it so that you can have a better idea of the chapter and let me know how did you like it or did you like it or not.